guys, that was an average day at Rebelz, more or less. Yeah, as you can see, I do a lot of photography. That's probably the one thing that I spend the most time doing. What the needs are for the specific day, depending on what time of the year it is, if there are new products coming in or whatever. And wait up, my cat is. You shouldn't be here. What are you doing? I now have cat fur everywhere. It really depends what needs to get done, and that will dictate what we're gonna do. But for the most part, my job is mainly centered around social media. Anything to do with video or content, actually. So content that'll go up on the website, content that'll go up on Instagram, content that we'll use for newsletters, which was something that I worked on the last time I was at Rebelz. I worked on creating a little video for a newsletter that we were sending out. That was to inform everybody about the restock that we had. So yeah, stuff like that. And as you can see, it's a lot of selfies. Yeah, I'm really proud of that though, because like when I went home and talked to people or whatever, I bump into people and they ask me about it. They're like, oh dude, the photos on Rebelz or Hyperfly, they really look good. And they think it's this big production, like it's a team of people taking that photo. They don't know that it's just me with a flash setup, trying to, get the frame right and then putting on the timer and just, doing my thing. In the beginning, it was super awkward to like put a timer on, wait for it to go, pose and like find the right position and how you want to show off the product and stuff like that. And yeah, but it's something I kind of just get used to, and I'm like, yeah, it's just, now it's super easy for me. Now I feel like I can crank out photos and videos quite easy. Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, I had a dream growing up that I wanted to work at a skate shop or like a skate warehouse, and this is kind of the martial arts BJJ equivalent of that, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Anyway, for today's Thursday. Yeah, I didn't really have time to vlog yesterday. It was just too hectic. I had a private and I had 4 classes. So it was a really tiring day. I didn't feel like bringing the camera around with me. But today I'm going to show you guys what the novice class is like. So we've got a 6 to 7:30 class that is a novice class. And we work on some very basic fundamental techniques. It's open to everybody, but of course we cater to more of the beginners. Just going through the basic movements, basic warm-ups, learning basic escapes, learning the basic position submissions. So that's going to be fun. It's also really cool for me to get to know the new guys. Most of the new people that sign up, that's the class that I'll most likely see them in. So it's nice to meet them and talk to them. And we've got a really good group of new people coming in. There's some really promising people that I think that in a couple months they'll be killers. So yeah, I'm going to go show you guys what that class is like, hang out with them, teach the class, roll with them. Yeah, it's going to be dope. Alright guys, so that was the novice class. Great class. Honestly, I think out of all the classes in the week, that's starting to become my favorite class to teach, at least. Just because I get to really interact with the newer guys, and I understand how rough jiu-jitsu is as a sport, especially in the beginning. I think a lot of people go into jiu-jitsu not really having an idea like how hard it can be, and then all of a sudden they're faced with all these challenges, like the techniques being kind of complicated, the techniques having so many details, the uncomfortable positions that you're in, being so vulnerable all the time, and basically just getting your ass kicked a lot. And it's tough, but that's why I think it's so important to give these guys the best experience that they can have. Yeah, I really enjoy doing that. I enjoy introducing them to the sport. I enjoy watching their facial expressions when they see something kind of cool. I remember when jiu-jitsu was fresh for me and when I was learning it for the first time, and I remember how it still happens to me today, but not as often. But I remember just being mind blown by the simplest things, by a little grip, or like just a cool little sequence, or even just, I remember the first time seeing the arm bar from mount, and the first time I felt somebody do it on me, I was just like, dang, this is the coolest thing ever. And yeah, my students, I love guiding them through that process and that stage of their learning. Obviously, I love training with the more experienced guys, and that's nice too, because you don't have to, be super hands-on with everything. Usually by the time they get to around blue purple belt, they start to find their own, and you just have to kind of guide them and help them develop their jiu-jitsu. But in the beginning, especially when they're really, really new, like less than a year in, it's really about building really good and strong fundamentals. And yeah, it was just super fun. There are a lot of guys there in the novice class that I think have a lot of potential, and I think are really gonna start, giving people problems in a couple of months. Like there's 2 or 3 dudes that I'm looking at that are like, oh man, if these guys are consistent, and there's always the question of if they can stick around long enough and weather the storm of getting your butt kicked every day for a while, they're gonna get somewhere with it. And yeah, I'm super excited. So, that's it, man. So that's my job. That's what I do at Rebelz, and that's what a novice class looks like at my school. So if you're watching this and you're from Uppsala and you're thinking about doing jiu-jitsu, I'm about to plug the gym right now. Shameless plug. So bear with me. Come through. We're happy to have people. We've got people from all over the world, literally. We've got Americans, we've got Swedish people, we've got Indians, we've got Brazilians, we even got Mexicans, Filipino, no, actually just one Filipino. But yeah, come through if you're in Uppsala and you want to learn the gentle art. Oos.